What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got a bunch of new yellow Digimon that we need to be taking a little bit of a look at. BT7 Next Adventure is out very, very soon, so let's have a look at the yellow cards we've not yet had chance to look at. We've already looked at Pulsemon. I just wanted another excuse to put Pulsemon on the screen. I love that little dude. Look how cute he is. But we need to start off with an even littler dude, because there is a new level 2. It is Zephyrmon? Probably. Shout out to DigimonCard.dev for the translation and any proxies that we use. So, what do we got? Well, being a level 2, we have one inheritable skill here. On your turn, when this card is trashed due to activating this Digimon's Digiburst skill, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1,000 power for the turn. So it's another one of these that you want to use with Digiburst, because when you Digiburst it away, you get a bonus, and here you get to actually lower power by 1,000, and that's what yellow does, right? Yellow lowers power. So this is cool. It's not amazing, it's only 1,000 power, it's not ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. But if you're playing one of those decks that is aiming to lower power, this is clearly a very, very cool thing. But it's also for Digiburst, so I suppose the way I can put it is this. If you're playing Digiburst, consider this. If you're lowering power, but not playing Digiburst, you still can't play it. If you are playing Digiburst and you've got lowering power going on, this becomes pretty much the perfect level 2. Moving on then, away from level 2s, we can move on into level 4s. Yeah, apparently all the level 3s were revealed before release. Apparently that was a thing. And we can take a little bit of a look at Kazemon, probably Kazemon. And we've got a 5 cost to play normally, 2 cost to Digivolve, 5,000 power level 4, nothing out of the ordinary. And we've got one skill here which says, you may Digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your yellow tamers, as if that yellow tamer was a level 3 Digimon. Basically, we've got a hybrid Digimon here, which is honestly not terribly exciting, but it's the first yellow hybrid we've seen. This isn't a particularly good yellow hybrid. It's not got any other skills or anything along those lines. However, it is a hybrid yellow Digimon. It's not particularly cheap. It's not got any great skills. But say it with me one more time. It is a hybrid Digimon. So if you want to play hybrid with yellow, this is your first foray into it. But I fear maybe not the last we see in this video. So we've got Zephyrmon here, which is another level 4, and you can tell these are clearly something like the same evolution line. We got a 6 cost to play normally, 6,000 power, both of which are pretty high for a level 4. And then in terms of evolution, it's 3 cost from a level 3, which is actually kind of expensive, we expect 2. But 1 cost from a level 4. So you can actually Digivolve a level 4 into this a bit more cheaply. And there's several reasons to do this. If you're using Digiburst, you've now got one more evolution source to Digiburst away. It's a way of paying 1 memory but getting an evolution. And remember, when you evolve, you draw a card. So it's a 1 cost evolve and draw a card. But it's also got a Digivolving skill. Although first we do need to mention here, you may Digivolve this card from a yellow tamer as if it was a yellow level 3 Digimon for a memory cost of 2. Now, we've seen this before in this set, so essentially it's 1 memory from a level 4, 2 memory from a tamer, or 3 memory from a level 3. So once again, we have a hybrid Digimon here, but although it's more expensive to play, I mean, bearing in mind, right, you're talking hybrid Digimon, you don't want to play them, the whole point is that you Digivolve them from tamers. So although it's more expensive to play, you have other things which are good here, and I like it. So what about that Digivolution skill? Well, when Digivolving, if you have a card with hybrid in its traits, or a Zoe or a Moto, we'll get there in a moment, in your Digivolution cards, all of your security Digimon gain 3,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. Now this is a Digivolution skill, which means it's basically a one-shot deal. You Digivolve up, you done. Simple as that. You Digivolve up, you get this once, that's it, it's over. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, this is still absolutely awesome. Because it means that all of your security Digimon are more powerful, which means that if your opponent is trying to attack and try and get into your security, they are way more likely to be deleted by security Digimon. Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very good thing indeed. Moving over then into level 5s, we've got ourselves a Jetsilphmon. 7 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power. All of which, incidentally, is absolutely ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill standard for a level 5. When one of your Digimon with a tamer in its Digivolution cards Digivolves into this, reduce the memory cost of the Digivolution by 2. I.e., if you've already Digivolved from a tamer with one of those level 4s we've just seen, now you can Digivolve into this for a 1 cost. And this is kind of my point, yeah? We started off a moment ago talking about Kazemon, and I was going, well, it's a hybrid, and it's the first hybrid, but there's nothing really special about it. And now we're starting to build up and give ourselves reasons as to why we would potentially want to be doing this, why this would actually be a good thing, why we want to play tamers. It's very, very cool in that regard. So, yeah, it's nice and cheap to Digivolve up. Life is good. But it's also got a skill when you Digivolve, if a card with hybrid in its trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, recover 1. Which is nuts, incidentally. Again, you've got to Digivolve, and if you're not Digivolving this from a level 4 that Digivolved from a tamer, you're doing something wrong. But if you go tamer level 4 into this, it's a 1 cost to Digivolve that recovers 1. And I don't need to tell you at this stage that a 1 cost to Digivolve that recovers 1 is nuts. Absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy, silly good. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've seen plenty of recover in yellow decks, don't get me wrong, it's one of the things that yellow decks do the best. But giving me a 1 cost to Digivolve with recovery is absolutely phenomenal, and I love it, and it's great. And frankly, we should all be a little bit excited about this, if I'm honest with you. And like I said, we started off with some fairly uninspiring hybrid Digimon, but now we are absolutely building up into a set of hybrid Digimon that we're going to get a little bit excited about. This is absolutely brilliant, and like I say, 1 cost to Digivolve, recover 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely, yes. Again, outside of a hybrid deck, it's terrible, and I do need to caution you, as much as I love this, and I think I've made it pretty gosh darn clear that I do love this, even in a hybrid deck, there will absolutely be turns where you are not able to Digivolve this from a hybrid, where for whatever reason it doesn't work, and in those situations, it's a vanilla level 5 with average stats, but bearing in mind, vanilla level 5 should have good stats, so if you're Digivolving from a hybrid, amazing. If you're not, maybe leave it. And then that leads us to our level 6. Yeah, that's right, we've got another level 6 to talk about. It's AncientKazemon. Now, this has expensive stats, or big stats, all the way around. 13 cost to play normally is high, 5 cost to Digivolve is high, 13,000 power is high. The average for a level 6 is 11,311, so 13,513 is redonk. Very expensive card. So what we've got here is on your opponent's turn, while a card with hybrid in its traits is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, all of your security Digimon gain 4,000 power. Now this is very similar to the skill we saw on Zephyrmon, but it's actually way better. Firstly, it's an extra 4,000 power rather than an extra 3,000 power. And look, doesn't take a genius to figure out that extra 1,000 power could end up being the difference. That extra 1,000 power could either mean you get an extra Digimon while being deleted yourself, or maybe even you get a deletion and that extra 1,000 power lets you survive. I don't know, it's a good thing. But the other important note here is this is a permanent skill. So whereas with Zephyrmon, it was a when Digivolving one-time thing, this is just standard. And I do need to point out that there's no note here, and DigimonCard.dev are really good with their translations. There's no note here to say that you can't use more than one of these at a time. So if you've got 2 AncientKazemon, all of your security Digimon have an extra 8,000 power. And at that point, except for a few rare exceptions, you can pretty much assume that any Digimon attack in the stack will be deleted, unless they've got jamming, which is kind of cool. And then on deletion, you may play a yellow level 4 or lower card with hybrid in its traits from your hand without paying its memory cost, which is awesome. Now, admittedly, if you're playing a level 4, you will then have to pay the correct free cost to digivolve into Jetsilphmon, but remember that recovery on Jetsilphmon works with a hybrid Digimon, not with a tamer, so you would still get the recovery when you digivolved into it. And yeah, fine, it's expensive and no argument here, this is an extremely expensive card, but you're super powerful. There are very few level 6s with this level of power. You're making it so all of your security Digimon are pretty much guaranteed to delete whatever's attacking the stack, and you get a free Digimon when you get deleted. This might be something to get excited about. But I have been telling you there is a new tamer as well. There is a Zoe or a Moto. What's she going to bring to the occasion? Equation? One of the two. Maybe both. It's a free cost tamer we've got here, and it's got an inheritable skill. We've seen it. That tends to be happening in this set. So we've got just a skill on the card that says if it comes out as a security, you play it for free. So it's still got that same skill. But when you play it, you may search your security for one card with hybrid or 10 warriors in its traits, reveal it, and add it to your hand, and if you do, recovery +1. Though do please remember that is kind of false recovery. You're not really recovering, you are just replacing the card that you took. So essentially it lets you search and grab a card from your stack without actually having to go down lower on security, which is clearly a good thing. For anyone wondering, the only 10 warriors yellow Digimon we've seen so far is AncientKazemon. All the ancient Digimon are there. There are a few others in other colours, but in terms of yellow, it is just AncientKazemon here. But essentially, you get to go and grab a Digimon from your stack when you play it. And like all tamers, although they do it slightly differently in this set, you're still playing it for free. So if it comes out of your security, you play it for free, then you get a Digimon. Life is good. So what is this inheritable skill? All of your security Digimon gain 3,000 power. I know. That's kind of redonkulous. This actually takes me right back to the very, very, very early days of the game with the yellow starter deck, when the first yellow tamer we ever saw, TK Takaishi, gave all of your security Digimon 2,000 power. Though that was on a tamer, this is an inheritable skill on a hybrid Digimon that has digivolved from Zoe. Point is, if you want to boost your security Digimon, all the Digimon we're looking at in this video absolutely can do that. And it's a little bit awkward, if I'm honest with you, because it's not really a strategy which has been paying off since the inception of the game. It's just not been a thing. But I'll tell you something for nothing, it's still fun. And this is better than we've seen before. Sure, it hasn't worked in the past, but it's not been this good in the past. So maybe, ladies and gentlemen, maybe. And certainly the idea that any Digimon that attacks your stack gets deleted unless they've got jamming, that seems like a fun one to me. And between things like Zoe and AncientKazemon here, I could get a little bit excited. So there we go. Loads of yellow Digimon, and weirdly enough, the only yellows we apparently hadn't seen are all the hybrid ones, but now we have. So yay! Except the level 2, which wasn't really for hybrids, but you know, shh. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's over to you guys, and I want to know what you think about all these yellow Digimon, and whether you think yellow hybrid decks could be a thing. Whether you think that security buffing, if you will, could actually be a viable strategy. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.